Hi there and welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. I'm IceMan and tonight we're doing a 10x shard pull for cleansers. I'm not really too worried about what I get here, to be honest. In this shard pull I'm doing it purely for the current fusion that's on, so we'll get what we get. I'm not buying shards to try and get Cardial as much as I would really like to see him, but you know, I'm just not doing it anymore. I have explained this in a previous video. I'm just kind of burnt out with the amount of play, and I'm kind of sick of pulling great legendary champions that I can't afford to book, quite frankly, so they just sit there not really being used anyway. It's great to pull them, but then if you can't use them, what's the point? So yeah, I'm not too fussed about what I really get. Obviously I hope for something good. I hope you pulled something good if you're pulling shards for this, but I don't really have any sort of wish items this time around. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to do some shards on this account, we're going to do some shards on my alternate account, and that'll be the video, guys. Anyway, let's get on, shall we? Where should we start? Should we start with... Actually, what champions are available? Ah, right. Yeah, I'm not too keen there because Dupe. Hack on Smash Lord's a decent enough champ, but I'm not that bothered about him. So let's hope we don't get 10x here, to be honest, since I've not really got many voice shards. So what do we get? Oh, Sachi. She's a non-dupe for me. One of the Shadowkin epics that I think first came into the game. Let's have a look. Attacks all enemies. AoE on the A1, that's not bad. 40% chance of placing a 50% decrease accuracy debuff for 2 turns. Not amazing, but not bad. And it, like I say, it's AoE. Heart Pierce, her A2 attacks one enemy and has a 100% chance when booked of placing a 30% decrease crit rate debuff and a leech debuff for 2 turns. Bit of an odd one for an A2, but not a bad move. Shame it's not AoE as well, to be honest, though. And then Shadow Ambush places a 50% increased attack buff on all allies for 2 turns, then attacks one enemy. Fills the turn meters of all allies by 20% if this attack is critical. Can be booked down to 3 turns. It's okay. I don't know, I don't love a kit. There's something not quite gelling there for me. I'd kind of be like, where do I use her? But she does have an interesting passive here. False Death revives a random ally with 30% HP whenever this champion kills an enemy. So she's kind of like Rain Beast or whatever his name is. Whenever she kills an enemy, she can revive. Although I think with him and with most other champions that do it, it's actually quite often on a specific move a lot of the times, whereas at least with her it's just whenever she kills them. Having said that, oh no, she just does revive a random ally. So no, actually that's pretty cool. Welcome to the team. You know, once Shadowkin Faction Wars comes out, should definitely be a handy person to help clear it, getting a revive on the team, so that is definitely a good pull. Dupe Skull Crusher, great champ. Don't get me wrong, I've just built mine up actually, because I'm looking at maybe doing an unkillable team with him in. Crimson Helm, nothing amazing. Melga Steel Girdle, great champion. I think I've already got her on this account, not my alternate account, so I think she's actually a dupe. In fact, I believe I've actually done a guide on her if you want to check it out over there. Like I say, she is a great champ, very interesting, definitely very useful for the Dwarf faction, has some absolutely great abilities. You know, in fact, well, in case you don't want to watch the guide, we will run through quickly because she's a great champ. She's one of 2 revivers in the Dwarf faction, one's legendary, so she's absolutely brilliant for that faction. Inspiring Violence attacks one enemy and has a 50% chance of removing one random debuff from a random ally. Cannot remove a debuff from this champion. It's a kind of a naff A1, to be honest. I mean, the chance can go up a fair amount, but one single random debuff from one random ally is a bit, who cares? It's there, it can help out a little bit, but you can't target it, you can't aim to use it, so it's not really that beneficial. This, on the other hand, Sheer Grit A2 places a shield buff on all allies equal to 20% of this champion's max HP for 2 turns. Also places a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. This is an absolutely huge, massive carry ability. It is amazing. You can get it down to 3 turns on the cooldown, and you can actually buff the shield by a further 20%, so that is really solid. And then obviously the main move for her, if you will, Glorious Returner A3 revives 2 random allies with 20% HP and 20% turn meter. When it's ascended, she revives the allies and also places a shield buff on the revived allies for 2 turns, equal to 30% of their max HP. It's a big move, it's on a 5-turn cooldown when booked. Amazing champion, can't knock her. Like I say, check out the guide, you'll see. She is really cool. I'm pretty certain she's a dupe for me though. Yeah, because I've got Morley on my ult, and I got her on this one. And Lich, who I won't even bother looking at because I quite frankly think he's pretty crap, but you know. Could be wrong. If I am, sorry. Should we go for the Voids, because we want a chance at Cardial. We don't think there is a real chance, but we want a chance at Cardial. That Amarantine skeleton is making it lag, so you think you're getting something. It's just really annoying. It's really annoying he still does that. That's it for the Void, so no, we didn't get anything. I'm actually going to just take a little break on my end. Obviously I'll cut this out. I'm just going to go see where I'm at on the tournament. Okay, so I'm not quite maxed out, and it's not a tournament, it's an event. Sorry, I do apologise for getting that wrong. We'll carry on pulling and see if we can get the max reward there. Not the max reward. Lordric Falconheart, he's actually an interesting champ. I believe I got rid of him because I had to fuse him, and although my Sacred Order team's pretty solid. Moves all debuffs from my ally. Not brilliant. Places shield buff on all allies. He's an alright shield champion, so he'll certainly help you in Doom Tower on the Scarab boss, you know. Really cool for that. But I don't think he's an amazing champion. Food, more food. Oh, we've got another epic for the Shadow King. Don't think I've seen this one actually. It looks really cool. Interesting aesthetic. Yakuza tattoos all up the arm and everything. Interesting, yeah. Kind of like that. A1 Night Blossom attacks 1 enemy and has a 40% chance of placing a block buffs debuff for 2 turns. Now that is really cool on an A1. Would be better on an AoE obviously, but again, anytime you're putting that out there, that can really help. And if you're using it with ally attack champions and stuff, she's going to put it out more, or counter attack champions, so that can be really cool. Reign of Fear. Her A2 attacks 3 times at random. Each hit has a 100% chance when booked of placing a 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns. 3 times at random. I don't like this, quite frankly. At random, I just wouldn't really go out my way to use a builder or worry about it from that move. You know, if you're not placing it on everybody, it's kind of like, what the point? I mean, you could use her on bosses and stuff if you don't have a weakened champion, where it's a single target, or if there's only 3, I suppose. But even then, when there's 3, it's still at random, so it's really only going to work on a single boss, where you're guaranteed to get what you want. And then she's got an A3 that unlocks Ascension. Lay Bare removes all increased defense buffs from all enemies, then attacks all enemies. Decreases the cooldown of Lay Bare by 1 turn for each enemy killed by this skill. Interesting. It's certainly different. I don't think there's anybody out there that specifically removes increased defense. Having said that, again, I would still rather just take somebody like a Madame Ceres or any other buff stripper that can just remove all the buffs, rather than somebody who just removes one. So quite frankly, she's kind of a no for me. I wouldn't really go out my way to build her. I mean, I probably would do initially, because obviously I'm not going to have many Shadowkin. Vagabond, who's this? I don't think I've seen this guy before. Oh right, he's a new Shadowkin one as well, which looks really crap, to be honest, but okay. And mental. If he's supposed to be Shadowkin, like Japanesey type thing, why does he look like he's some sort of twisted beast who should be part of the demon spawn or something? Attacks when enemy has 20% chance placing sleep. Blockbuster 1 turn on a single. Also fills turn meter. Fills turn meter of all the ally with the highest turn meter. No. Turn meters for all allies. And increase attack on all allies. Yeah, nothing special. I certainly wouldn't go out my way to build him. Sanguinia, I've already got her. Actually a very cool champ, and in fact she's part of the 10X, so doesn't surprise me that she's come up. But you know, if you want to take a look at a guide on her, I'll ping it up over there. She is a really cool champ actually, does it really well. She has some interesting abilities. I'm not going to read through them again now. I don't want to do this for every champion because we'll be here all night if we do, but definitely go take a look at the guide. She is a very cool champion. And by the looks of it, that's it for my shards on this account. I'm just going to see where I stand and log over to my other account for the pulls on that one. Okay, so here we are on my alternate account. Yeah, that worked out really well actually. I just pulled all the higher shards I had, ancient all the way down, and it got me the top fragment at least that I needed out of the event, so that works really well for me. And here we are on my alternate account, and we're going to continue pulling over here. I think we'll actually go the other way around though. We'll do the ancients and then we'll do the sacreds. My guess is I will then probably have to pull at least a number of mystery shards to get the final result on this one, but obviously I will not be doing that as part of the video because nobody wants to see that. So no gold yet, but let's see what we get this time. I mean, usually 10Xs tend to be quite lucky for me, so since I didn't really get anything with the alternate account other than a couple of epics that I don't already have, let's hope we score something decent on this one. Now I will say, for anybody who likes watching me and especially likes watching me regularly, I may not be uploading as much content as normal. I'm currently in the process of buying my first house, so obviously a lot of stuff going on with that, a lot of moving parts, got a lot of stuff to organise and stuff, so I'm not going to have as much time for filming and editing, but I'm going to try and keep on top of it. And obviously once things are in the hands of lawyers and surveyors and all that sort of stuff, it can take months anyway, so at which point I should then hopefully have more time, but then I'm still also going to be packing and cleaning and sorting other bits out, so yeah, we'll see, but you might see a few viewer videos from me in the next few months, just let you know why. Jarek, oh, Geomancer, I don't have this guy. He's one of the new ones I think as well. Cool, and he is a scary looking guy. He kind of looks like an undead dwarf, to be honest. I really like that hat piece though. So he's got his own eyes that kind of look really scary and freaky and whatnot, and then he's got flaming eyes in his helmet and on his arm piece and on his back. Actually, this guy looks really cool. That is a really neat skin. It might give me nightmares tonight, but it's a really neat skin. Kind of looks like a dodgy heavy breather, mind you, stood here doing this, but yeah. Let's take a look at his kit, shall we, and see what we've got then. So it's A1, Tremor Staff, attacks all enemies and has a 30% chance of placing a 50% decrease accuracy debuff for 2 turns. AoE on the A1 is always good. You can help get some extra stuff out of them by some use out of them by putting him in a stun kit or something like that, so you can get some extra crowd control out. He's an epic attack champion, so okay, so damage dealer. Creeping Petrify removes all buffs from a target enemy, then attacks them. Alright, it's only one, which is a bit annoying, but it's still kind of cool. Steals all buffs instead if the target is under a HP burn debuff placed by this champion, so he also does HP burn, which is cool. Reduces the cooldown of Quicksand Grasp by 2 turns if the target is killed by this skill while under a HP burn debuff placed by this champion. It's kind of a bit annoying that it has to be placed by this champion, because you could pair him with some other better HP burn champions probably and then get a bit more utility out of him. But still not bad. It's on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. Then is A3. I'm shocked, it's called Quicksand Grasp, but we didn't get that from reading the previous skill, did we? Anyway, fully depletes the target's turn meter. Oh, I like that. So it's kind of like Shatterbones or Man-Eater. I can't remember which one it is that does it, but one of them does exactly that. Has a 75% chance, I'm probably guessing 100 when booked. Yeah, 100 when booked, and on a 3-turn cooldown when booked, which is good. Of placing HP burn and a 25% weaken debuff on the target for 3 turns. So he completely takes their turn meter. Oh, actually, let's have a look at the Ascended, see what the difference is here first. So fully depletes target's turn meter, fills his champion's turn meter by the amount the target loses. Okay, so that's what the Ascended part is, which is really cool still. And then, again, like we said, if booked, has a 100% chance of placing HP burn and a 25% weaken debuff on the target for 3 turns. That is actually a really solid ability. It depends how his AI works if you're using him on auto, to be honest. You'd hope that he would automatically be set to target the person he's used this on, so he's got a chance of killing them and resetting the skill. So I didn't reset the skill, but it reduces it by 2 turns, which effectively puts it on a 1-turn cooldown if you manage to kill somebody with this one. So you lead off with that, put the HP burn out there, come in with this one. If you kill them, you then basically effectively get it round a lot quicker and can then do the same thing. You might have a slightly longer wait again to get round to this one, but still, no, it's a really cool move actually. I like him so far. I'm not sure where I'd use him, but I do like him. He's definitely an interesting champion. Decreases the damage that all allies receive by 15% and deflects that damage onto each enemy under a HP burn debuff placed by this champion. Whenever this champion is attacked, deflects 30% of the damage instead. That is actually really cool. So he's got a built-in like team ally reflect with a slightly stronger version on himself, as long as they're under. And he decreases damage automatically, which is just solid. And then he's got an aura, increases ally HP in all battles by 25%. I have to say, this guy looks kind of cool. He's actually really decent. I could definitely see that it'd be useful in certain scenarios. I'll have to think about where I'd like to try him out, to be honest. And let's carry on pulling. John Churro, who we got on the other account and now we've got on this one. Okay, and it looks like it's it for those. Well, we'll do the singles actually, might as well. I think we're going to need them all anyway. I've got no voids to pull on this one. Much to my disappointment. Since Cardial is one of those champions that I said is right at the top of my wish list. And we all move on to the Sacreds. We've got 3 shards of support, and that'll be the video. Crypt Witch. Never been a big fan of her personally. And we get Gerhard the Stone, think he's kind of an okay champion, but you know, if you've already got something like Septimus, then it doesn't really bring anything different, I don't think. Ignore defense, increase crit rate, increase crit damage on himself. Places a stun. Yeah, no, I mean, he's a decent champion, don't get me wrong, for single target damage. And then we have Catacomb Counselor. So, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. No, we did not get any gold this time. Sorry about that. Well, hopefully I'm paying the tax so that you can get something decent. At which point, that's not too bad. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you still enjoy the channel. Please try to keep up with it. And, you know, if you like my videos, give it a thumbs up. Let YouTube know it's a good video and more people should watch it. And, you know, if you want to see more of my videos, ding that subscribe button. Then hit the bell and you'll get notified next time I release a video. I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.